Today's episode of Single Mod Survival, we're going to cover the new changes in Immersive Engineering 6.0 and the latest 7.0. Next. Malkuth1974 back at you with another episode of our Single Mod Survival, where we take a single mod, in this case Immersive Engineering, and use it for the majority of our Let's Play. Last time we left you, we made the revolver so we could oh, I just wasted a bullet. So anyway, today guys, we're going to go over some changes that happened this December with Immersive Engineering. I know it's January, but it took me a little while to get into this stuff. But, alright, so we've had some updates. We've had a few updates, actually. We've had the version 6.0 that came out in December, and its additional updates. And we have the new update 7.0 that has come out just this January. So, let's go over a few things. First, since you last worked with Immersive Engineering, many things have changed. Among the new things are villager houses, new lights, which is cool, we're going to get into those sometime, wooden barrels, which help hold liquids, tanks, which also help hold liquids, silos, fluid pipes, which go with the wooden barrels and the tanks, which brings me to the next area. We now have fluid pipes that we can move things around. So I did get rid of another one of the mods that I had installed that we never really used, and so we won't get into that. Shaders are something we have to get into a little bit later. An assembler is just a machine that can assemble automatically recipes for Minecraft and stuff like that. It's like all the other type of things out there. And a bottling machine, which also is used with the pipe. So the 6.0 was the big changes was, you know, the fluid stuff. That seems like it. Silos you might think are for fluid, but they're not. They actually are a storage device, something like a chest, but they actually store stuff. And another one of the big changes is that a lot of changes have been made to the wiring, and I did have to go through my old wiring when I installed it, and I had to make sure I had everything right. A lot of things that I found that I had wrong, which should have been wrong in the first place. I'll show you what I mean. Like, if you have a wire coming from, like, this capacitor going to this capacitor, I'm not sure if it's wise to have two wires going to the same capacitor, so having this wire connected here. So what I did is I pretty much separated everything. I made sure all the MV wires were separated from the low voltage wires. I have no high voltage stuff, which is one of the major changes that have been added to Immersive Engineering, and we'll get into that stuff later. So I just kind of went through. I had to undo everything and redo it to make everything work, it seemed like, when I did install the update. And so everything seems to be working fine today. For now, all my stuff's being powered. It's all good. So we'll get into the 6.0 stuff a little bit later. Now 7.0 or 0.7.0, I should actually say, has made a pretty significant change to the recipe system of Immersive Engineering, and what it has added is metal plates. Now, metal plates aren't used in everything, but they are used a lot. So you need to use we'll just go over a little bit here. Metal plates are crafting material required for the creation of some machines or blocks. They are made by hammering an ingot with an engineer's hammer or in a metal press. So let me get an ingot out here. Ingot. We'll just use an iron one. So basically, you know, before you get any real complicated machines, you can just go like that, and there you can make an iron plate, you can make a steel plate, you can make electrum plates, I believe, gold plates, you know, you can make all the plates. It's kind of like industrial craft, you know, you can make your own plates. So, I mean, that's one way to make it, that's the easy way to make it, but what we're going to make today is called the metal press. The metal press is an automation way of making a large amount of plate. So the metal press is an automated way of shaping metal. It uses a high pressure piston to press a mold onto an ingot. forming it into a plate, rod, or other metal components. The structure is created as shown above. To perform the multi-block, click the piston with the engineer's hammer. So that's that's the main ingredient in the game a lot, is the hammer. You have to use the hammer to actually activate the multi-block. And it's made with 3 steel scaffolding, 1 piston, 2 conveyor belts, and 1 heavy engineering block. It's pretty simple. So it's a pretty the heavy engineering block is a little bit heavy for starting out, but it's doable. It's doable. It's a lot doable than some of the other recipes. Let's go on. Power is input through the top and items through the conveyors, obviously in direction of movement. So the metal press also needs a metal press mold, and that's made with obviously steel plates. So you can make you need 4 steel plates, and any kind of plate in the middle seems to work. It's kind of cool. It shows you all the different plates you can make. So to actually work, the metal press requires a mold to be attached to the piston. Molds are crafted as shown above and can be inserted into the metal press by right-clicking the multi-block with a mold in hand. So that's the mold. There's 2 different kinds of mold. There's this one, and let's just go back here. There's the metal press and there's the gear. So that plate machine is pretty important, it seems, to start, if we can actually start making the gears, which I'm sure is needed in some of the newer recipes to make some of the higher grade stuff, probably what you would need. So let's go back. So let's actually build this. I do have the components already made in here, and I do have a plate already made. I actually have a couple of them, I think. No, I have one. So I did go through and make the plate. What did we need? We needed a heavy. We need 1 of these. We need conveyor belts. We need 2 of those. And I will need an NV wire. I'll take 2 of them just in case. Got that. What else do we need? Scaffolding. Steel scaffolding. What do I need? 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. And we need a piston. Regular old vanilla, not pistol, piston. There we go. Regular old vanilla piston. And I will need some wiring. So we will need NV. I'll take it all just in case we need it. So there we go. I should have everything. Now I'm going to show you guys something that I have played with this before to get this to work, to make sure things actually worked. And the vanilla the piston has issues placing right. If you look at the picture of the metal press, you can see that the let me get that to stick there for a second. Come on. There's a way you can stop it. You can tell that the piston is actually facing downward. So something that you might actually run into, and I actually need to get something here. Let me get a wrench. I'm going to use a crescent hammer wrench to fix the issue that we're about to see. And I'm going to go like this. I'm going to place it right here for now. I'm going to place 1, 2, 3. So as we know, there's 3 of them, and the conveyor system went like this, and I can use the hammer to move that the same direction. Alright, so this is the part where you put the piston down. Now if you watch what I do here, if I put the piston down, the piston head is actually facing this way, and that will not work. I'll show you right now by adding the last part, which is the engineering block, and clicking it does nothing. That's because the piston actually has to be facing down like the picture says, or this will not work. And I tried different ways of doing this. Maybe I'm just not getting the vanilla way of doing it, of moving this around. You can't really move it around. So what I did is I just used a hammer, a crescent hammer, which can affect the way any of the pistons is facing. Now obviously there must be a vanilla way of moving the piston around. I just don't remember what it is. So if you guys know it, you can use that. But if you see, you can move it around, and now it's facing down. That is the correct way. And if we put this up here, we're set, and we hit it with that, and there we go. We have this all set up. Everything is good, and I have my piston right here. That's cool. So the next step is we need to add power. Now if you remember, we read this. The power goes through the top. Power is input through the top, and items through the conveyors, obviously in the direction of movement. So I actually need to it's kind of low, so let me get some like dirt or something that we could step on to get us up there. Dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't really need that much, but that'll work. What we can see up here. There we go. We can see there's the power module right there. So you need to put a connector on it. And now we need to do a wire from here. I think I'm going to hook it up to this one. I don't know if... No, that won't work. And we already know why that won't work. So do I have my wire cutters on me? I don't, so I'll have to break this. Really? Alright, so let's try this again. Alright, we'll put that there. Now I have to run this. I'll run it from this one. I know there's power going into this actual connector. At least it should be. So we'll run this. It should reach, I hope. Yeah, it will. Are we getting power? So there we go. Now we have 16 RF in there. So that is definitely on. And now does this have a... No, so I take it you just have to place this inside it. Yep, so you just kind of right click it in there and it goes in there. And now we can make some plates. Let's see how we can get this to work. One thing I would like to do, just to mess around, we'll get some ingots. And I'll use 32. And I also want a hooper. Grab one hooper and a chest. Grab one chest. So hooper, chest. I'm not worried about the ingots right now. I want to see if I can get this to work. It might not work directly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure, I tell you. If we put the ingots directly in, will that work? Oops. Wonder if we need to actually, because it doesn't actually seem like anything's going. Alright, so maybe it has to enter the system from its own conveyor system. Let's try that. I know I have some more conveyors. Not command, conveyors. So I have 8 of them. And I can use the dirt blocks for now. Do I have an axe? I do, okay. I'm gonna have to cut this up a little bit. I might have to expand this a little bit to actually make this work. So if we bring this out, say like out to here, and we add a conveyor system like this, and now I add these to it, will that work? There you go. And it made it. And oh, alright. So I wonder if I can add this to a chest like like that. I wonder if that will work. How do I have the chest working over here? I forgot. I forgot already. Maybe it doesn't directly go into a chest? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so we'll go like this. I'm just doing testing. I am just testing, people. And will that drop? Yep, that will drop. It will wait. And it will place it in the chest, right? Awesome. So there you go. That's how you use it. It will also hold up the... Oops. Okay, so... I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but... it will get held up in the system, just like that. And it will start pressing them. That is cool. This is why I love immersive engineering. I just love the new the animation, the graphics, and stuff like that. This is why I play with this, because it's just so damn fun. And now that they've added all this new stuff, and it's still basically an alpha, I believe. So there you go, guys. That is the metal press, and that is this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll go into some more stuff next episode. Hopefully some pipes. We'll start doing some pipe fluid stuff. Hey, Mara. And get that all done. So until next time, guys, this is Malkuth1974. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next weekend. Malkuth, out of here.